Salty Joystick.
Hey guys, welcome to the wrap. It is Tuesday, June 14th, 2016, and we're gonna be going through today's wrap up basically of both conferences, and we're going to start off with today with the Xbox conference that was held at 2:30 a.m. this morning, Australian Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys were up early to see that, that's awesome. I want to go through a few things that were mentioned, and I'm going to end it with a few things that were kind of absent, basically. I want to mention that Microsoft's presentation today was awesome. It's probably been their best presentation that they've done in ages. I haven't seen a presentation like this in a while from Microsoft, so I've got to say that they really did an awesome job bringing it. Basically, because for the last few years, it's been a case where they haven't really brought much to the table. It's felt kind of empty, even though, you know, we've had Xbox One, they've announced exclusives, which, by the way, I'm going to touch on something that was really weird that happened this morning, but we're going to get to that in a second. But it was awesome to see such a great conference from Microsoft. I've got to commend them on that. Fantastic work. I enjoyed their conference this morning, and that's saying something considering the fact that I've been really harsh on their conferences in the last couple of years. Considering I went back on my Twitter feed and I had a look at some of the comments that I've made in the last 3 years on Microsoft's conferences. I've got to say that they really bought it this year, and it was really awesome to see that. By the way, Laura Bailey. This is Laura Bailey, by the way, guys. She is awesome in the new gears, so that's cool. So the conference started off with Xbox One S. We have a look. It's new, smaller, 40% smaller than the original Xbox One. Actually, I might be able to pull that one up just quickly. I don't want to have too many pauses during this wrap, but we'll see if I can get that pulled up at any time when YouTube wants to load. Look, the Xbox One S, it's a new look, smaller, sleeker, has a new controller design as well, new grips for the controller. Let's just do that. There we go. It has a new design for a new controller, new grips as well for it. There we go. That's how much smaller it is from the original. New ventilation. Okay, let me just fast forward that. There we go. So this is what it will look like. We've seen some of the leaked images that were shown, but this is what it's going to be exactly looking like. I appreciate the scale of the actual unit that they've gone for. It looks much better. I definitely know that I'll be picking one of these up, considering the fact that it is much a slimmer, a smaller, a sleeker design as well. I like this design way better than the original Xbox One, and that's how much smaller it is from the original. That is awesome. I'll have to say that it's about time they did come out with the slimmer one. It has a 2TB hard drive, an IR blaster, and also an internal power, so you don't have to have this humongous power brick with it anymore, which is awesome. There was a leaked image as well of that somewhere. I can't remember where I saw it. If I can find it, I'll pull it up again. But apparently, well, not apparently, it is the fact that it does support 4K, and you'll be able to play Blu-ray and DVD as well. This is the design of the new controller as well. Has textured grip, increased range, which is awesome. So that is the new controller for the Xbox One S, and that's the new Xbox One S. So that's really cool. But we're going to be talking about something else soon, as soon as we go down the list here. Gears of War 4 was shown. Also, one heavy emphasis that they did make during the conference was that there will be crossplay with many of their games now with Windows 10. But one thing I do want to mention is that a lot of the titles that they mention, oh hey, it's exclusive to Xbox and Windows 10. So it's not necessarily now exclusive to Xbox. All the titles they said were basically Xbox and Windows 10. So they're really showing a heavy emphasis on having cross-play with Windows 10 now, which is awesome for PC gamers who want to play now for Windows 10 as well. Not sure if you have to register your game on your Xbox to play on Windows 10 necessarily, or whether it's going to be exclusive for Xbox and Windows 10, because a lot of the games that we're talking about were basically saying it's coming to PC as well. So that's not really clear, but there you go. So the Gears of War 4 gameplay that was shown looks fantastic. I got to say that they did a great job on showing that off. And we did get a little bit of Laura Bailey on stage actually playing it, which is really cool. Laura Bailey, obviously a Dash Gamer Award winner twice in a row. So her and her husband won this year, or last year I should say, the Chameleon Award, voted by you guys, which is awesome. So it was awesome to see Laura on stage presenting this game, which is awesome. So, and obviously Laura, a follower of dashgamer.com on Twitter, so that's awesome. So after Gears of War was shown, we did get a little preview of what was coming to Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct, they said that there are 2 million matches played now throughout Windows 10, Xbox One, but they did reveal a new DLC that is coming up for Killer Instinct, which is General Ram. That's cool and all, not necessarily anything that's too major at the moment. We did get this though, which is spectacular. Forza Horizon 3 is in Australia. That is something that's huge for us. I absolutely love Forza Horizon. It is the main reason I still have an Xbox One, to be honest. If it wasn't for Forza Horizon 2, I would probably have gotten rid of my Xbox One ages ago. But the fact that they're bringing Forza Horizon 3 to Australia, it's awesome. I love it. I love the fact that I'll be able to play Forza Horizon 3 in Australia. It looks incredible. I want it. I can't wait. It'll have a 4-player campaign co-op for the first time. Players can join the game instantly, and it looks simply amazing by what you saw this morning. If you haven't seen it yet, you guys have got to check it out. Make sure that you check out the gameplay of Forza Horizon 3. It will be available September 27, 2016. So if you're an Xbox One owner, make sure you pre-order that now. After this demo that was shown of Forza Horizon 3, we did get a little bit of a demo of Recall. I got to mention that it was nothing special. The gameplay kind of looks a little bit unpolished, but there's a release date for it, which is September 13th. So I'm guessing that the development is done, and it's going to go gold pretty soon. So I'm not too sure about this game. I'm not too keen on it. Inafune has some sort of involvement with it, but personally I'm not keen on it because it didn't look too polished to me, which is something I'll go through again with a few games during the conference. Final Fantasy 15 was shown as well. The demo wasn't the best, so whoever was on stage playing it, he was actually using the new controller as well. I might make mention, the guy that was on stage, I'm not sure if Laura Bailey was actually using the new controller. I didn't take too much notice on that, but the guy that's on stage was using the new Xbox One S controller, which is cool. But the demo that he did on stage, I was like, this is a bit crap. I got a bit bored during it. Also, we'll make mention of character clipping and some glitches. But the graphics look great, but it was a poor demo for Xbox on stage, to be honest. I don't even know why they would, not test a demo before they actually did it on stage. But the game does look okay at best at the moment. Comes out September 30th. Ubisoft showed off that they're bringing out the Division Underground, which was leaked on Amazon Germany, out on June 28th. By the way, I'm not going to be covering the Ubisoft conference today because I had to look over the Cliff Notes and it didn't seem that it was any good. DICE came on stage, and I think this is it here. Yep, DICE came on stage and to show more Battlefield 1, which is okay, but they showed the exact same thing, the same trailer that we saw at the EA conference. But you'll be able to play first, that's what I was about to mention. You'll be able to play first on Xbox One on October 13th if you have EA access. Obviously, they'll have the 6-hour trial limit, like they did with Mirror's Edge. Just for the fact that they won't give you a 10-hour limit because of that mistake they made a couple of years ago with Need for Speed. People will be able to play the full campaign in that 10 hours, but the game will be full on available in store October 21st, 2016. One thing they did make mention of was the fact that there's new integration with Xbox One now. You'll be allowed to play background music while playing games, much like PlayStation 4 does now with Spotify. Also, we'll have Cortana, which is what Windows 10 uses. So Cortana will be coming to Xbox One. Clubs on Xbox One basically is PS4 communities. That's fine. I mean, it's not something that we necessarily use. Looking for group. So basically, find gamers with similar tastes. Arena for Xbox Live as well is a tournament-based app. So basically, games like FIFA and all that, you'll be able to hold tournaments and play with mates and have your own like little mini tournaments online, which is really cool. Minecraft took the stage for a little while and basically talked about new features that are coming to Minecraft. 114 million players are playing on multiple platforms, which does include PlayStation 4 and PS Vita. I might make mention on that one because obviously Xbox won't. There was a friendly update out today. Now you can basically host your own worlds on dedicated servers on any device. Xbox achievements on iPad as well, which is really cool. So basically, if you're playing on Xbox, you can integrate your achievements on an iPad. I think you just made mention of that just then. Wasn't looking up. Also, VR was shown. So basically, John Cormack, and this is one of the things that made me kind of think, oh my god, if you can't have John Cormack up on stage on VR, because I'm thinking to myself, that guy's not playing Minecraft, he's playing Doom. There he is, John Cormack, the creator of Doom, for God's sake. Oh my god, he is wearing VR, playing Minecraft, and talking it up almost like a robot. It made me laugh a little bit, but John Cormack, creator of Doom, for God's sake. Oh, Carmack, I should say. John Carmack, creator of Doom, up on stage talking about Minecraft. Yeah, that's cool and all. I want to make mention of the way they actually ended this part, this little Minecraft part, which was the guy on the left there just basically going, let's get out of here. So he just basically says, let's get out of here. And I'm like, that was the most awkward way to actually say it. Hold on, let me see if I can get audio of that.
If you go and fire the cannon.
Alright, ready? Redstone and TNT, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. Right here. It was the most
Nice
awkward.
shot.
Thanks.
Let's get out of here.
It was like, seriously, man. You basically turn around and just was like, oh, whatever, let's get out of here. I was sat there like, what the hell, man? Anyway, so that was Minecraft's portion of the of their Xbox presentation. After that, which was something I just skipped backwards on, I should have skipped back forward. 8 million ways to customize the new Xbox One S controller, which is awesome. You can basically change the colors, change the button nubs, the buttons, change the nubs, any way you like. You can have it any way you like, which is awesome. It's something that I'm going to be doing. I definitely want my own customizable Xbox One controller. This is something that Sony really needs to take a note on if they want players to really engage in having. I mean, look, it's cool and all to have different colors for Xbox for your PlayStation 4 controller, but they don't have an Elite controller and they don't have a way to customize their current controllers. So Sony really needs to look into that. They're expensive as hell to actually own these controllers, but I would pay $100 for one of those. That's awesome. So that was it. Next up, I think this is it, was a trailer for Inside, which showed, basically is Limbo, creators from Limbo, showed off their new trailer, Inside, which is cool. You can get Limbo free now on Xbox One as a gold member, so go ahead right now and get that if you haven't, because Limbo is awesome. So make sure that you get that right now. So next up, we had ID at Xbox. They showed off a bunch of indie games, which is cool. And then this one came up. I forgot to actually jot this one down because I was actually watching it and in awe of it. Kind of like, how do I put it? A Bioshock, not a ripoff, but more like an indie Bioshock. And I can't remember what it was exactly called. Hold on a second, we'll be able to find out now. Something, but it looks interesting. We Happy Few, that's it, We Happy Few. It looks interesting, actually. It looks very good. And it'll be available July 26th, so that'll be cool. CD Projekt Red was next. They came out and talked about Gwent, basically the card game Gwent, the Witcher style card game, which is awesome. I mean, you know, not much to say about that. Gwent's cool. Then this trailer for Tekken 7 was cool that Bandai Namco showed off Tekken 7 finally with a little bit of a trailer. I gotta admit though, the in-game render looked good. The actual gameplay kind of looked a little unpolished, to be honest. It could look better. So from here, they went from a pre-rendered trailer. Basically, this is just the trailer portion, and it jumped from the trailer into the gameplay. It looked, as soon as it jumped into the gameplay, you could tell, and it looked a little unpolished for my liking, to be honest. I thought that you know, Tekken 7 would look a little bit more polished by now, but it's obviously showing that the game's not ready. So, you know, they got the fact though that they've got two of the main characters that looking like this on Xbox One kind of has me a little bit worried that the rest of the characters look a little bit unpolished as well. But I mean, we'll never know until we actually see the final product. So that's Tekken 7. All they gave us was an early 2017 release window. Not much else besides that. Oh yeah, and also free Tekken Tag Tournament 2 for Xbox Live Gold members, which is cool. So make sure that you jump onto Xbox Live Gold right now and get yourself your free Tekken Tag Tournament 2. That's awesome. That is awesome. More games, thank you. Then up next was a big announcement and something that I'm going to make note on as soon as it comes up. Harada, seriously. Here, right here. They made mention. They did not say the word and a quote, and it even quotes it right there on the window. I don't know if you guys can see that clearly. I'll see if I can zoom that in. Right there. You can't see it as clear as day, but it doesn't say exclusive to Xbox One and Windows 10 like the other games did. It says coming to Xbox One and Windows 10. Does that mean the following game, which is Dead Rising 4? Dead Rising 4, does that mean that Dead Rising 4 is coming to PS4? Because there is no distinct way of saying that exclusive to Xbox One and Windows 10. I'm very surprised by that. I'm very surprised by the fact that they did not lock in an exclusive, if that's the fact. We don't know. It hasn't been cleared up. If it's an exclusive, Microsoft really needs to clear that up and make mention that it is an Xbox exclusive, not going to be shared over to PlayStation 4. So the fact that it only mentioned coming to Windows 10 and Xbox One kind of got me a bit like, okay, not an exclusive. And I had everybody else noticing that too. It wasn't just me, but I've noticed that a few people mentioned that on Twitter, so that everybody had a good eye on that one, which is cool. But Christmas themed Dead Rising 4. I gotta say that this thing is gonna be awesome. Of course, somebody tries calling me now. Scalebound was the next game on PS4. On Xbox One that was shown. I got to say though, more or less the same that was shown. So I mean, it looked okay, but I was really bored. I mean, watching this, it reminded me a little bit of the Final Fantasy 15 demo. I wasn't too impressed by what was shown, and you know the fact that there was a lot of graphic glitches in the game as well, just like Final Fantasy. And you know, it was like, oh, let me put my headphones on, and now it's getting tough. it kind of spoke volumes of how development is going on that game, and I'm just like, not really interested. So that was Scalebound. Alright, yep. Next up was, oh my god. This is kind of where, like, the Xbox One conference kind of went up, and then it went just down. Next up was Rare. And I gotta say that the one thing that Rare are probably spewing about is that the original Rare team have gone on now. The original Rare team have gone on now to do Ukulele, which is going to be incredible. It looked great during they showed a few snippets during the ID at Xbox presentation, which, you know, you can see a full gameplay and full trailer. It's all up on YouTube right now, so if you head there, you'll be able to see everything. Sea of Thieves is shown, and it was one of those moments where I went, oh, Rare, what has happened to you guys? Seriously, it's not Rare anymore. I mean, they aren't Rare anymore. You want to get the original Rare, go to Platonic Games, who are making Ukulele. Very cringeworthy segment, very cringeworthy. Nobody, it's basically a co-op pirate adventure. Graphics look horrendous. I mean, we're talking about Rare here. They have a history of making some of the best looking games, you know, back on the Super Nintendo day and all that, you know, so it's kind of cringeworthy. But I mean, who the hell's going to sit there with their mates and go, you know, hoist the sail and da-da-da-da, like all those pirate talks and all that stuff. I mean, it's very cringeworthy, very boring, to be honest. Was not impressed by that. One thing that got me excited, though, this trailer here, State of Decay, was shown, which is awesome. Can't wait for State of Decay. Game looks amazing. It does look a little rough around the edges, though, in terms of the graphics, but the gameplay looks good. We have a 2017 release window for State of Decay, which is awesome. Next up was a trailer shown for Halo Wars 2. Creative Assembly, though, I'm surprised did not take the stage for E3. 343 came out and spoke about Halo Wars 2, which is, I don't know why. Creative Assembly, it's a Creative Assembly game. It's not a 343 game. I realize that 343 make Halo now, but being a Creative Assembly game, I would have rather that Creative Assembly came out and spoke about their own game. But anyway, will be available February 21st. Basically is the date they've given us. But, you know, when dates are so far away, don't hold your breath. There's an Xbox week-long beta out this week, so make sure you guys check that out. And then the big one was up next, and we're going to skip right to that, which is here where Phil Spencer starts talking about the Xbox One hardware, and basically says, you know, we know that you guys want something bigger, spectacular, much better. And I was kind of like sitting there going, hold on a second, you guys just announced the Xbox One S. So you're telling me that you got the One S coming out, but you've also got this Project Scorpio business coming out, and basically they confirmed it. Project Scorpio is essentially new hardware. It is brand new Xbox One hardware. So we have the Xbox One, we have the Xbox One Slim, and now we have Project Scorpio, which will be out apparently holiday 2017. From what they've said, it'll render 4K gaming, 60 Hz uncompressed pixels, 8 CPU cores, 6 teraflop GPU power. That's cool. I mean, awesome, but it should have been this from the get-go. I'm sorry, but when you're going to be releasing a console, make sure you're giving us the definitive version of a console from the get-go, because it's almost like you're taking our money over and over again, almost like DLC in a game. So if you're going to make a burger, make the burger. Don't give me the patty and the buns, and then say, oh, for the cheese, it's another $10. Because, I'm sorry, but this whole business of us getting an Xbox One Scorpio and a PS4K, I'm not a fan of. I am not a fan of this. I feel that they're ripping consumers off, especially Australians who pay a lot more for consoles than the US. I feel like we're getting ripped off by this continuously happening, especially the fact that we're getting the PSVR in October for $549, whereas America gets it for $399. I feel kind of a bit jibbed. but we'll get into that later on the PlayStation 4 segment of today's wrap. So basically, that was announced, and that was essentially the end of the conference. That was Xbox One's and Microsoft's conference this year. A lot of Windows 10 integration, as I mentioned at the start of the wrap. A lot of crossover. So basically, we're seeing that it started off strong, ended a little bit. I'm guessing that PS4K may have been pulled because of the leaked specs of the Scorpio, though, because the Scorpio, Project Scorpio looks immensely powerful. Some of the leaked specs that we got from PS4K only stated that it had 5 teraflops of power, whereas they're coming out saying it has 6 teraflops of power, 8 CPU cores, and 4K game rendering, 60Hz uncompressed pixels. I don't think that PlayStation were actually expecting this. I don't think they were expecting this, and I think that's why they kind of held back on Scorpio. On 4K Neo. And that's why they turned around and said, we're not bringing it this year. We want to see what Microsoft do. We'll be back next year with it. So it'll be interesting to see what Sony say next year at E3 in terms of the PS4K. So obviously won't be getting the Scorpio this year. The Scorpio will be out at holiday next year. So that's the end of next year. And it'll be the same deal with the 4K for PS4. It'll be out next year, holiday season, if they want to compete with Xbox One. One thing I want to mention as well, the Xbox One S, I should have mentioned it at the start, will have the controller sold separately. The controller will be sold separately for the Xbox One Slim. I'm serious, what the fuck? So, like, seriously, they're going to be selling the controller separately to the Slim model. That's pathetic. Oh, sorry, but that's just something that I don't agree with. You're going to sell a unit, sell it with a controller standard. Stock standard controller, even if it's one of the old models, just sell it with a controller. You cannot sell a console without a controller. It's as simple as that. And if they expect us to pay full retail price at $399 with a console without a controller, they're out of their minds. Now, not saying that, you know, the customizable controllers aren't cool. They're fucking cool. But the fact that they want to sell it without it bundled, no go. I'm sorry, but that is no go. We're looking at an August release date, by the way, for the One S. And also, they've kind of... you need to get yourself a USB adapter for the Kinect now. It's kind of dumb. It's kind of their way of saying, oh, we've dumped the Kinect. Nobody uses it. They should have known that from the start, especially when they were going to launch it with the Kinect and have people basically buying it from the start. But that was pretty much it. So there was no Crackdown as well. I'm guessing there's some development issues maybe there. And there's no Cuphead date. So no date on Cuphead. There's no presentation for Cuphead, which a lot of people were getting excited for. It was shown briefly during the ID at Xbox presentation, but there was no talk of a date for Cuphead and no Crackdown. So there you go. So that was it for Xbox today, guys. What did you think of Xbox? Let me know in the comments below. And basically, let us know. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're going to be coming up next with our PlayStation 4 conference. But if you're on Twitch right now, stick around because I'm going to be talking about Sony's press conference that just happened nearly an hour ago. And it was actually a really good conference from Sony as well. I got to say that both companies had an excellent and a strong conference this year. So make sure that you subscribe to YouTube. Stick around on Twitch right now for the Sony conference. We're going to be jumping into that in a second. But as for people on YouTube, thanks for watching today's wrap. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like on the video, and share with your friends. So my name is Dan, and that's a wrap.
Salty Joystick.